Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. Well, today we're tackling Evernode.
Ah, yes, Evernode, a platform that's been creating quite a buzz, especially among AI developers.
And for good reason. From what I've been reading, Evernode is aiming to be like the ultimate platform for building, hosting, and even scaling AI projects.
Mhm.
And get this, it's all built on this decentralized network.
That's right. It's all about decentralization, taking power away from those big tech companies, and giving it back to the
Like a
developers.
true power to the people kind of thing for the AI world.
Exactly. And you know what that means? No more relying on big tech servers, no more worrying about their control over your projects. It's all about autonomy with Evernode.
Okay, so I'm already intrigued. But let's break this down a bit further. For those who are hearing about Evernode for the first time, what exactly is it? Like, how would you define it, in simple terms?
Well, imagine this. A platform where you as an AI developer have complete control over your creations. You're not limited by the constraints of centralized servers or those hefty fees that come with them.
Sounds pretty utopian, right? But how does it actually work?
Evernode utilizes a network of distributed nodes, essentially creating this global decentralized infrastructure. So instead of your project living on one server owned by some big company, it's spread across this entire network.
So it's like having a safety net for your AI, right? No single point of failure.
Precisely. And that's a big deal for developers who are tired of their projects being at the mercy of, well, the whims of big tech.
I bet. And what about the cost? I mean, decentralization sounds great and all, but isn't it usually way more expensive than traditional hosting?
That's where things get really interesting. With Evernode, you actually have the potential to save a ton of money.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, because you're not paying for expensive server space from those big companies, your costs are dramatically reduced. In fact, just one Evernode token, EVR as they call it, can give you 461 days of hosting.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that for the price of one token, I could host my AI project for over a year? That's insane. I mean, think about the traditional cloud hosting services out there. You'd be spending a fortune for that kind of time.
It's a game changer, right? And it just highlights one of the core values of Evernode, making AI development accessible to everyone, not just those with deep pockets.
So it's like leveling the playing field in a way, giving smaller developers, startups, and even individual creators a chance to compete with the big guys.
Exactly. It's all about democratizing AI development. And that's not all. Evernote is built to be incredibly interoperable.
Interoperable. Now that's a fancy word. What does that mean in this context?
Think of it as a universal translator for blockchains.
Ooh, a universal translator. I like that. So basically, I could build my AI on one blockchain, and it can seamlessly interact with other blockchains no matter the language they're using.
You got it. And this is huge because, let's face it, the blockchain world can be a bit of a fragmented landscape. Evernote is breaking down those walls and allowing AI projects to communicate and collaborate, regardless of their origin.
And that unlocks so much potential for innovation. I mean, imagine AI projects from different fields like healthcare, finance, you name it, all working together, sharing data, and learning from each other. It's like this interconnected global brain for AI.
That's the vision. A world where AI isn't siloed off, but can truly reach its full potential through collaboration and open communication.
That's incredibly exciting. But whenever we talk about decentralization and this level of interconnectivity, there are always concerns about security and control.
Right, and understandably so. But that's another area where Evernote really shines. Its decentralized nature actually makes it incredibly resistant to censorship and outside control.
So no one entity, like a government or a corporation, can just shut down a project they don't like or control the data it accesses.
Exactly. Because the project is hosted on a distributed network, it's very difficult for anyone to exert that kind of centralized control.
That's a huge win for developers working on sensitive projects or in regions with strict internet regulations. It gives them the freedom to innovate without fear of being shut down.
Absolutely. It's all about empowering developers to create freely and push the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Okay, so we've covered decentralization, cost-effectiveness, interoperability, and security. What about the actual development process itself? Does Evernode provide the tools and support that developers need to bring their AI visions to life?
You bet it does. Evernote supports a wide range of programming languages, the popular ones like Solidity, JavaScript, Rust, whatever your preferred language, you're likely to find a home on Evernote.
So it caters to both seasoned developers and those who are just starting out in the AI space.
Exactly. It's designed to be inclusive, attracting developers from all backgrounds and skill levels. And here's a bonus. Evernode is fully compatible with Docker.
Docker. Now, for our listeners who might not be familiar, can you explain what Docker is and why this compatibility matters?
Docker is basically a platform that allows developers to package their applications into these neat little containers. These containers make it incredibly easy to deploy and run applications across different environments.
So it's like having a portable, self-contained unit for your AI project.
That's a great way to put it. And because Evernote is Docker compatible, it means that if your AI project runs in a Docker container, you can seamlessly move it over to the Evernote network, and it will just work.
So no more compatibility headaches or complex configurations. That's a huge time saver for developers.
Exactly. It streamlines the entire development and deployment process.
Okay, so Evernote sounds pretty amazing so far. But let's talk about scalability. AI projects can grow rapidly, right? Demanding more resources and computing power as they evolve. Can Evernote handle that kind of growth?
Absolutely. Scalability is actually one of Evernode's strongest suits. Remember that decentralized network we talked about? That's the key. As your project grows, you can simply tap into more nodes on the network to access additional resources. It's all about seamless, on-demand scalability.
So no more worrying about hitting those resource limits or having to scramble for server upgrades.
Exactly. Evernode grows with your project. And here's another exciting aspect. Evernode is accessible from anywhere in the world.
Truly global, huh?
Precisely. You can access your AI projects, collaborate with others, and deploy your applications regardless of your location. It's like this interconnected global brain for AI, all powered by the Evernode network.
I like that, a global brain for AI. It paints such a vivid picture of the potential here. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. Decentralization, cost-effectiveness, interoperability, security, developer-friendly tools, scalability, and global reach. Is there anything else that sets Evernote apart? Any hidden gems we haven't uncovered yet?
Well, one aspect that might be of particular interest to developers working on projects with a financial component is Evernode's integration with the XRP ledger.
Ah, the XRP ledger. Now that's a name that's been making headlines in the blockchain world. Can you tell us a bit more about how this integration benefits Evernote and its developers?
The XRP ledger is known for its speed, low transaction costs, and robust liquidity. By integrating with the XRP ledger, Evernote essentially taps into this powerful financial ecosystem.
So developers can not only build and deploy their AI projects, but also leverage the XRP ledger's capabilities for things like micropayments, tokenization, and even decentralized finance applications.
Precisely. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities for monetizing AI projects and creating innovative applications within the decentralized finance space. It's like this added bonus, on top of all the other benefits Evernote already offers.
So to wrap things up, it sounds like Evernote is offering a pretty compelling package for AI developers. Wouldn't you say? Decentralization, cost-effectiveness, interoperability, security, you name it, it seems to check all the boxes.
It certainly does. It's a platform that's designed from the ground up to empower AI developers and foster a more open, accessible, and innovative future for AI.
It's really making me think about all the amazing possibilities that could unfold as Evernote gains traction and more developers start building on this platform. What could they achieve with this level of freedom and control? It's an exciting prospect.
It really is, and that's what I love about this space. It's constantly evolving, and platforms like Evernote are pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Well said. And on that note, we encourage all of you listening to explore Evernote further. We've just scratched the surface here today, but there's a whole universe of information out there waiting to be discovered.
Don't just take our word for it. Dive in and see for yourself how Evernote could empower your own AI journey.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.